Well, good morning everyone. It is August 5th. It's about 8:30 a.m. and as you guys can see, I'm in a sling. We go to the doctor's office here in a little bit, and I figured I'd bring you guys along because this obviously creates a massive hiccup for this season and changes things just a little bit. It doesn't end things. It could always be worse. Andrew. To this point in the video, you've seen that I've been in a sling. I have a shoulder injury. And as a little update on that, I was trying rehab, and rehab I think made it worse. When I get home, I'm going to try to get surgery as fast as I can on my shoulder, which means I will definitely be using a crossbow throughout the rest of the season. And
and I'll be doing the spot and stalk. I smoked him. Oh, I don't know how to think.
oh guys, it's October 18th.
I'm very pleased with this buck, especially for my first buck of my dub.
Any day of the week, gnarly old buck like this. Well, what's going on, everyone? It's a little after 5 p.m. on September 13th, and I'm tucked into my ground blind set here at the Hills property. Thankfully enough, the landowner of the Hills property gave my dad and I permission to come back this year. So I started hunting this property in 2014. We lost it in 2023, and now it's 2024 and we're back. So this would be almost 10 years of hunting this property. We found a new location on the property that we wanted to try a ground blind set at, and that is exactly where I'm at this evening. Right now, doctor's orders with my shoulder is that I'm not allowed to get in tree stands. So hunting from the ground is my only option, and I still have to use a crossbow. The doc has basically told me that I will not be cleared to draw a bow back until probably about 6 months after my surgery date, and surgery is next Friday. So I'm hunting tonight, Saturday morning and Sunday morning, and then I got to work all week until surgery, and then I'll be in a sling for about 6 weeks, and after that 6 weeks period I should be able to come back with the crossbow as long as I'm not doing anything too strenuous, he said. So right now this ground blind set is set up on the second staging area of this property. The other staging area you guys know all too well is where I've got a tree stand up in a red oak that's set up on one of the benches of this property, a little shelf on this property where a bunch of trails come together. And that's essentially what we have here, but this is on the southern side of the property. The other set is on the northern side of the property. It's low 80s right now. It's supposed to get into the high 70s as the sun goes down, so I'm hoping as soon as it hits the trees we should get a little more shade and the temperatures should start to drop into the 70s. Winds are forecasted to be east southeast today, but when I got in the ground blind I checked the wind, and the winds are actually showing like more of a south southwest wind, which is basically hitting the ground blind here to my left side coming from the corn pile. So the wind works either way. It's just not doing what it was forecasted to do. Right now at the Hills, the hit list is basically any doe without a fawn, and then there is a 4 or 5.5 year old buck I call Warped. I got pictures of him when I was hunting across the street last year, and last year I predicted him to be 3.5, 4.5, so this year I'm guessing 4.5, 5.5. It's kind of hard to tell. Just like bucks in the past here in this area, We have really good genetics for like a mainframe 8, and once that rack just gets outside the ears, they put on a little mass and nothing else happens with the rack, so they sit around that high 130s 140 class buck, which I'm totally happy taking, as you guys can clearly see from my history of hunting the hills property. And I actually hunted this morning and had an encounter with a doe that didn't give me a shot, and I'm kind of glad she didn't, because after she ran off I saw that she had fawns with her, so would have broke my own rule. But guys, without further ado, I'm gonna get quiet, we're gonna sit tight, hopefully the sun gets behind these trees here soon and the deer start moving, so stay tuned. Well, the curse has been broken. I did not kill a single deer last season, and here we are, September 13th, a week before my surgery date, and I've got a doe on the ground now. I'm not crazy about the shot. She was super nervous the entire time she was in front of me. I think the GoPro said 25 minutes or something like that. She came in facing me on the trail that I walked in on, and she just kept getting nervous, kept spinning around, walking away, and then finally she worked up enough courage to come in, and while feeding on the corn pile, something caught her eye behind her, and she wheeled it around and gave me a quartering away shot and set up just perfectly at about 21 to 20 yards, I think. Put the crosshair on the opposite shoulder and squeeze, and I think it's a little back, but because she's quartering, I'm almost 100% sure we got lungs. It's just a matter of whether or not I clip the heart. Hopefully she doesn't take too long to expire, but we'll definitely find that deer. That is a done deer. It's a kill shot right there. And just in time, because I wanted to get some meat in the freezer before my surgery, so. By some miracle, I just found the bolt. I have no idea how that happened. Oh man, that looks like really good blood. Oh yeah. That's definitely a done deer. Problem is blood is really good on the arrow, but I can't find blood anywhere but up there. So I think what I'm gonna do is just go back to the truck and come back up when I have some help. See if we can find her, because I can't find any blood on this trail. Okay, so it's been about 50 minutes since the shot, and we're gonna just start from ground zero and work our way out and see what happens. We got a headlamp, 2 flashlights. We should be able to find this deer. Arrow looked good, but even if I got a little bit of liver, I think I got lung just because of how hard she was quartering. So we shall see. Well, we're about 30-40 yards from where we had blood at entry, and we found blood. She's going downhill towards this creek. So is there a lot? Where's that one leaf I just showed you? Yeah, that's a lot of blood shown. Okay, and where's the other one? Oh yeah. She's bleeding good now. Okay, let's keep on. Okay. Okay, that was pins and needles blood, but we got the deer. She's right here. Oh God, that makes me so happy. All right, guys. Well, here is my first doe of the 2024 season. It was a very, very hot evening. I'm gonna have to make this exit scene really quick because we got to get this deer to the processor. And as luck would have it, about an hour before last legal shooting light, she came out. She was a little skittish, and I kind of talked about it after I shot her. I think it was because Pops and I went and refreshed the corn pile earlier in the day in between hunting. And I think she just caught our scent, was just a little nervous. Well, she ended up finally working over that nervousness, came in, saw something behind her. I'm not sure if it was a buck, another doe. So I have no idea what she saw. But she ended up getting nervous and wielding perfectly, presenting a 20 to 21 yard shot quartering away. And right off the rip, after I fired the bolt, I thought for sure I had put that shot a little far back. And after gutting her, the shot was a little far back, but you can actually see the exit came up here against the shoulder blade, and actually it chipped a portion of the shoulder blade. But as luck would have it, the shot was actually pretty good. For some reason, she just didn't bleed a whole lot up until the last like 10 to 15 yards of trailing her. And she actually crashed about 45 yards from the point of impact to where the arrow hit her. So all in all, great evening. I've got tomorrow morning and the following morning to try to get it done again before I can't hunt for 6 weeks. And so we're gonna try to come back in the morning, but we're gonna get this deer to the processor. I can't thank you guys enough for watching. Be sure to click the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you already haven't. Check out all the links in my description below, and I will catch you guys later on the next episode of Andrew Bernard Outdoors.